Do you remember me reporting on Metropolitan Police PCSO Kevin Phillips, who was caught on camera masturbating in Dog Kennel Hill Park in London? This was reported back at the beginning of April 2022. Well, it seems like maybe we've discovered where he may have learnt that trick, as 48-year-old Metropolitan Police Detective Constable Dariusz Alexander appeared at Stratford Magistrates Court this week, charged with outraging public decency. And guess what he was caught doing? Well, he was caught tugging himself off, choking the chicken, pulling his plonker, shaking hands with the milkman, boxing the one-eyed champ, playing 5-on-1, paddling the pink canoe, badgering the witness. And I'm sure you all have many other euphemisms that you can share in the comments, whilst he was in Hampstead Park. Now, unluckily for him, he was caught by two colleagues who caught him literally with his pants down. However, I guess we can be glad he was off duty at the time, whereas PCSO Kevin Phillips was on duty and in uniform. Following his arrest, Alexander told interviewers that he was gay and said that Hampstead Heath was a well-known place for the alphabetti spaghetti people to go for open or public sex. However, he seems to have forgotten that just because they do that, it doesn't mean that it's legal. At Stratford Magistrates Court, the judge heard how two plain-clothed constables were on patrol dealing with an unrelated incident when one of them spotted Alexander. The constable said that his attention was drawn to the man through the bushes. I bet it was, and hey, isn't that called voyeurism? He said he considered the individual to be acting strangely and felt that he needed to keep an eye on him. Whilst he was searching the area in connection to the other incident, he said he came into a clearing, excuse the pun, where he observed Alexander performing a sex act. Joe Mensa, prosecuting, told the court that the officer observes his exposed erect penis and observes the defendant to be masturbating and stroking it with his right hand. The officer then said, "Put that away, mate." That didn't seem to stop him, so he repeated the command and brought out his card. This caused the defendant to immediately comply and to become apologetic. The officer then called his colleague to assist him, and Alexander was arrested. This was an area that had people, members of the public, present. The officers, on their way to the location, having parked the vehicle, observed at least two people, and then on their way back to the vehicle, observed at least 4 to 5 people in a public space. Asked if Alexander had his penis out for an innocent reason, the constable who saw him said, "That is not my belief, no. I reacted as most people would. I was shocked and upset. I raised my voice. I said, 'Put that away,' maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Innocent reason to have your cock out in a park in the middle of the day. Yeah, no, I don't think so." In an interview, Alexander claimed he exposed himself because he thought the officer was a gay man who was attracted to him. He told the court that he is from Poland and that he came to the UK because he thought it was more civil towards gay people. He said, "I thought the only way to improve my life was to change something, and I chose to go to the UK. Yeah, and get your dick out in a public place. I felt the UK was the most civil place to be." And we are. We're more accepted now than ever of alphabetic spaghetti people, but not when you get your cock out exposing yourselves in the middle of a park. He said, "This was my day off. On my day off, I like to switch off and go for a walk, listen to a podcast or music. Not being around other people allows me to relax best. Hamstead Heath is a beautiful, picturesque area. At some point, I noticed a male in his 30s or younger, about 6'2". He looked at me intently for a number of seconds. It was a very keen look. The area of the Heath is a well-known area where LGBTQ gay men go to pursue sex." In cross-examination, he was asked why he hadn't first tried to speak to the officer, to which Alexander said, "I cannot say why I did not do that." Well, he's probably on a vinegar stroke. Metropolitan Police Detective Inspector John Millwood said in a character reference that he's one of my best detectives. He's thorough, conscientious, excellent with victims and their families. He's very popular at the station and has the ability to make friends. I've never experienced anything that would make me concerned about his behaviour towards anybody. Another colleague said that she had known Alexander since June 2020 and added, "He's my right-hand man." Although thinking back, I bet she wishes she had chosen her words more wisely. Detective Constable Dariusz Alexander continues to deny public indecency, and the trial is continuing. But don't worry, this is one of those stories I certainly won't forget to update you on.